89.3 2GLF.
You are now listening to Three Quirks and a Twerk at 89.3 FM.
This is my station.
Action.
It's just insane and I love it.
Entertainment.
Hey guys, it's Selena Gomez.
Hey, this is Ed Sheeran.
Hey guys, it's Taylor Swift.
Entrepreneurs.
You need to learn this business, and this is the time to do it.
And empowerment.
Become an insider. So you have to know the rules before you get in the game.
It's Friday.
I can't believe that it's Freaky Friday.
YB Moody, shake that booty and tune in to the voice of the continent.
Folks, 89.3 FM, 3 quick seconds. Are we having a fabulous Easter broadcast?
Absolutely.
Fantastic Easter Friday.
Isn't
here.
it good? Isn't it good? I
Beginning
love
of
it.
a long weekend.
Love
How can
it.
you go wrong?
And you know
One
what's
more.
even better? We've got some young guns in the house.
Yeah, this is, I'm not sure this
Talk
is...
about me?
Oh, yeah.
That's so nice of you.
Well, I'm 29 years old. I think Anne is the oldest here, but now we've got someone who's younger than
Oh,
me.
thanks, guys.
We've got a younger than me, right? So we have Sonny Yng, who's actually started his entrepreneurship at the age of 20s and doing some business in that. And this is something we would like to encourage our people out there, is to be a young entrepreneur. Get off your backside and do something with yourself. And I'm so glad, Sonny, that you're joining us. So, Sonny, welcome to the 89.3 FM network, brother.
Great to have you in the studio.
How are you?
Good.
How are you feeling?
Yeah.
I just got pulled over by the cops.
Oh, no.
Talk to us about this. What happened?
What happened? Share that with us, mate.
God.
So I think they're doing a breath test, and so I went in, and so my door is like really crappy. Like it's really, can I swear?
Your car, the door was bad, was it?
You cannot
Yeah.
swear.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Some guy like T-boned me like in Cabramatta.
Oh, no.
And then he looked at my door and was like, "Oh, what happened there, mate?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, some guy T-boned me." And then it started making me do drug tests.
Are you serious?
You poor thing.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
You weren't speeding to the radio, were you?
Of course not.
No.
And why you would even admit that on air? You know, the local area
No, it was
command
just a
listening to this
question.
radio station, and the answer is
So
definitely no.
continue on, Sonny. So what happened? So
And what happened?
your car was searched.
No, it wasn't searched. It was like, he's like, "Hey mate," like he looked at me as if I took coke before.
Yeah. Are you serious?
"Hey mate, I'm like, when was the last time you took coke and weed?"
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, nah, I've never done that."
Yeah.
And I started laughing because I've never been asked that. Like,
Yeah.
by a cop.
Wow.
And then he's like, "You sure, mate? You sure?" It's like, "Yeah." And so I went in the car, and I think like I had to reverse out and
Yeah.
go off.
Yeah.
And I think he took like a long time for his drug test, like the results to come.
Wow.
And so I was like, "Hey mate, how long is this gonna take? Because I gotta be ready."
89.3.
And then it's like, "Oh yeah, not long. 1 minute. What radio station?" It's like 89.3. It's like, "Yeah mate. So what are you doing there?" I was like, "Oh, just talking, like speaking
Promoting
something."
my business, you know.
Yeah.
And then it's like, "Oh yeah mate. We might tune in."
So you're telling me right now that the police that had pulled you over, they're tuning in right now.
Can I just say that cops are top, by the way?
And can I just say, guys,
Cops are top.
Hamilton Merits this weekend
Yes.
as well if you're tuning
Cops
in.
are top, right?
Please
Good.
don't
Well
speak.
done.
Yes,
Well done.
and it is. Yeah, no, it's true though. No, it's good that you've been polite, because I do know that police, they are very hard-working citizen, protecting us, looking after job. So I guess in many ways their job is to make sure that people are taking drugs or they're drunk, they shouldn't be driving. So I guess in many ways you might feel a bit bad that you're running late to our radio station. I get that. People wanting to be here on time for us. I get it, but the fact is that the police also are doing their job to make sure that someone's not drunk on the road that could kill someone as well. All
And
right.
it's good that you weren't speeding.
Yeah, you weren't speeding, so
Yes.
that was good. That's good. So tell me, Sonny, I'm interested to know that. So you were in school before you start your business, or you're one of those job kick that go, you know what, I don't want to go to school. I want to start my own business.
That's a good question because
I know it's a good question. Please answer that.
I hated school and
Yeah.
I hated uni.
Wow.
I just went to uni as well. Wow.
I think I was like, who am I gonna become like after high school, after
Yeah.
uni?
What were you studying in uni?
Media and communications.
Okay.
In Macquarie.
Okay.
Okay.
So that kind of fit my thing.
Yeah.
But like I absolutely hated it because I just didn't like the teachers, didn't like the
Wow.
stuff. And then like looking back, I'm like that rebellious kid who started his life after uni. I'm like sort of like a, I don't know, late bloomer or like prodigy or like
Yeah. Yeah.
So Yeah, so I think I wasn't a dropkick in high school. I was just getting by,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
people, and I was like making like short films actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And interesting story is that Maria, I think she was teaching at Dongtam at the time. So
Oh,
I was 8
I know
years old,
Dongtam.
like-
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. 7, 8
God.
years old.
That's
8 years old.
Chung.
Chung,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I was like learning computer on the. Sometimes Maria would teach when the teacher wasn't there or something.
Yeah.
And so I was actually making like short Nerf clips, and that was trending back in the day, like 2009, 2008, 2007. And then I saw like them making a movie in
Yeah.
Dongtam,
Yeah.
and I was so scared to. My dad was like, "Go up to them because you made this short clip of action movie,
Yeah.
and you should show them that you made it, and maybe you can get in." And that was Maria making her movie in Dongtam. or
Yeah,
something.
that's right. Back
And
then it was
so-
huge for them. Yeah, Chung
Yeah.
and Maria. I remember those days.
Yeah, and so I was like 8, 7, 6, something around that age.
Wow.
And so being that young, I was too scared to go. So I didn't do it.
Yeah.
So tell me this, right? So how does a 6-year-old pick up a phone and know that they're making a movie?
So I think it was my dad's camera, and then like I was watching like Jackie Chan, all of that
Yeah.
stuff, and then I think there was no like when you're on your phone, you're like putting the clips together, but there's no like special effects. There's nothing like
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
So I begged my dad to buy like this $2 app where it's like it's like this gunfire
Look at
thing.
you being persuasive at 6, right?
Yeah. And so it's like a muzzle effect.
Yeah.
And I like squeezed that to like the T. I was thinking, it's like, this is $2. I gotta make this worth it.
Those sounds were everywhere through the movie.
$2 means
$2 was a lot back then for
That's
a
right.
bloody 9-year-old. Right?
And then I think I heard Maria was like she created Phoenix High. So I always wanted to like do something on a Phoenix High.
Yeah.
So I think going back to uni, I was actually taught by Raygon. You know Raygon, the Olympic
Oh,
dancer?
okay, yep.
And
Yes,
so-
yes.
So she was my intern convener,
Yeah.
and I had to look for an intern. I was like, oh shit! Like I was like rebellious. Like I didn't really like it.
Yeah.
Like any of the uni stuff. So I think everyone in my class had an intern, like at a company. Or
You have to.
something.
In the
Yeah.
creative industry, you have to. That's
you
correct.
have
yeah.
to, right? Because
yeah.
you've got to learn somewhere.
It's
to
practical
do things,
because
right?
the issue with the creative industry, right, is that you can go and learn as much as you want, but it's always hands-on experience. I had a similar guy last week. That's what came out with us, and it's interesting to see the way the younger people are coming in terms of filmmaking these days. It's just interesting to see the way they look at things, how to do things. It's totally different, and it kind of brings a fresh idea into a lot of projects. So I think a lot of interns, and I think a lot of companies out there should give a lot of interns, a lot of university students an opportunity, because you'd be surprised what they can bring and contribute
Absolutely.
to the production and the company. So I was quite impressed with that guy there that's doing media as well. Now, moving forward though, now with your business, what's your business name, Sonny?
FAITO Media.
FAITO Media?
It means fight in Japanese.
Okay, and what do? You do what kind of short video, filming?
So we do a lot of commercials, music videos, real estate, wedding, all that sort of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I see you've got a team that you brought with you. So
Yes.
how do you go about managing a team when some of them seem to be older than you? Because I know typically, right, in an organization, you're managing people that are younger than you, but managing up, that's tricky. How do you do that?
Good question. I think we're all like good friends. I know like sometimes I have to sort of mentor them, like because I am the owner, sort of. But that's a very tricky question because I didn't have the answer to that. I think what brings us together is that we are like very good friends.
And mutual respect.
But the
Respect
thing
each
is this. Let me give you an advice. The thing is this, right? Even though you're running a business, you need to isolate between friends and business.
Yes.
There's a line, all right? Because if you run a business with all your friends, right, then sometimes you're not going to get the work done because friends won't respect you. So when it comes down to business, you got to put on your boss hat.
Yes.
Because you've got the vision. So therefore you say, okay, guys, now that we're on a job, let's put the friendship aside. This is the kind of things you want to do. They will respect you more than if you were to go onto a set and then all your friends are there. Then eventually you're going to lose your clients because you're not going to get the job done. You're too scared to tell your friends this and that. So sometimes it's a good thing and a bad thing. So you need to manage that well.
So we like that's the foundation, and then we all respect our roles.
Yeah.
basically.
Nice.
That's good.
So that's how I think we all like take that accountability and manage.
All right.
initiatives.
Sounds good. Folks, you're tuning in with the Three Quirks and Turk 89.3 FM. Let's get another great entrepreneur in the studio with Sonny. Now, you know, like you mentioned earlier that it's very challenging for a young fella like yourself to get into the business. And I guess in many ways, because you're so young, people might not take you seriously. So, Sonny, can you share with us the pros and cons of actually setting up your own business?
I think the pros is I love the leadership. I love the team environment.
Yeah.
And that it feels like I have the freedom to kind of do whatever.
Oh, you absolutely do. But you work
Yeah.
harder too, right?
Yes. I love the flexibility. Like at night, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., I'm just locked in.
Oh, you're a night owl.
I am a night owl.
Wow.
I am a night owl.
Okay.
But that comes with a lot of cons as well. So the cons is what you said, like because I'm young, you know, a lot of people don't take me seriously.
Yeah.
And because a lot of people don't take me seriously, is I have to like really learn the corporate words.
Yeah, the lingos.
lingo.
Yes.
How people can take me seriously, all of that stuff. Because I go into a lot of the meetings
Yeah.
where I want to pitch like FAITO as a service or something similar to that. And I'm getting approached where people try to maybe take advantage of me because
Okay.
they think I'm young and gullible.
Young and naive.
That happens so much.
They pick
Yeah.
on me all the time too, brother. Seriously. I'm only 29 and they just pick on me because I'm
I mean,
young.
right, they look at him and they think he's 19. They're like, oh, this kid.
And I love you a long time.
But you know what, though? I totally agree with you because when I started out, I was in my early 20s as well.
Really? Wow.
And people do not take young creatives seriously.
Correct.
It's just what it is. I don't know why. And I think it's because, you know, as a senior person, you look like, you know, at an 18-year-old and you go, well, what do they know about life? You know, they're probably still living
Yeah.
with their mum, right? And I used to face that all the time. And, you know, I feel like at the time I had to like constantly prove myself.
Yeah.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
do you feel that way?
That's another pro as well, is that
Yeah.
I have to constantly prove myself. And then that way, that launches me to learn a lot about life, about skills, about people, about everything. Without the business, I would not have learned all these skills, all these, you know, this type of stuff.
So Sonny, give me 5, and especially with our young listeners out there who will be very intrigued in terms of wanting to know a bit more about your journey. Give me 5 words that describe your business journey so far. Okay, 2 words.
Tough?
Tough.
Tougher?
Tough,
Yeah.
Growth.
growth,
Satisfaction.
yeah, satisfaction.
Okay. Thanks for Darren. Yeah, thanks for your business journey, Darren.
Thanks, Darren. Yeah.
That's my journey every week.
Yes,
But we
yes.
noticed you said tough twice.
Yes. Why are you saying tough twice? You had a valid point. Why twice? Was it that tough for you?
I don't think it's as tough as. I'm very grateful to be in a position where my team members are really good.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's as tough as people make it out to be, but it is definitely tough because
Yeah.
I am leading like all the team members as well who
Yeah.
have more experience than me, and that cuts a lot of my ego away as in leadership because I have to listen.
Correct.
I have to learn how to listen. I have to like learn what they want, take the initiative,
Yeah.
all of that sort of stuff.
All right, let's talk about ego and entrepreneurship. Right, so I feel like you need an
interesting.
ego to be successful, but at
Correct.
the same time, right, you can't
True.
let your ego get in the way.
True.
Love that.
That's why are you looking at me like that for when you ask that question.
Let's look at David again. No, let's not do that. That's not cool. All right.
so Sonny, answer that. Why? Why is that?
Ego and entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So I feel like you have to have the ego where you're proving people wrong because that what drives
True.
drives like
Yep.
your mission, your business. But that comes at a cost as well. Where you know sometimes when I talk to people about like strangers about my
Yeah.
business, it feels like I'm bragging. Or
Speak up a bit. I'll get you moving. Yeah, speak up a bit. Yeah.
It feels like I'm bragging or something similar along those lines. So I don't really talk to strangers about
Yeah.
my business unless it's
Okay. So, and that's a good question. Would overconfidence be ego?
Well, see, here's the thing, right? You can never over promote your business because it's your business,
That's
right?
right.
But there's a difference between over promoting and then, you know, like bragging.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's such a fine line. Like, you
It
know,
is, isn't it?
And here's the thing: if you don't promote your business, who will know you?
Correct.
And you know what I say? The more you promote yourself, the better.
Look,
Yeah.
there is a way to do that. Like what I've noticed interesting, right, is this: it's like when a lot of people walk into the room, and first thing they do is that they give them their business card.
Yes,
Here's my
yes,
business card.
yes,
Here we go.
yes,
Don't
yes.
do that.
Yes.
At the end of the day, people buy because they like you.
Yes, yes, yes.
Right, and this is something I see. Even grown-up man or woman do this
100%.
often. They walk in a room. Here's my business card. Here's my business card.
Yes, yes.
When was the last time someone gave you a business card and you guys go pick up the business card and ring him? We'll be next week
I
or
used to
two.
throw it in the bin.
Same.
Yes.
That's
So
one golden
that's
rule.
what a lot of people do. They try to close me in that one meeting.
Correct.
And it comes off too strong because they think I'm young and gullible.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Correct.
So young and gullible, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what a lot of young creatives face, right? Especially when you're starting out.
Yeah.
And it's almost like once you hit like 30 something or late 20s, that changes.
My
All of a
birth-
sudden, you're seen as a
My
authority
birthday's
in the
next
field,
week, so
right?
that's gonna
That's right,
change.
Davey.
That's going to
It's like,
change.
no, right? You're still in your 20s, right?
Yes, yes.
So do you ever feel like, when you look at some of your peers that you went to school with, right? Do you ever feel a sense of comparison,
oh,
right?
Yeah.
I feel like there are a lot of like really great people in high school and uni. Like they're like teachers, but like I feel like they will make it to Hollywood.
Yeah.
But then like a lot of people have been telling me this as well when I was young. Like just keep going.
Yeah.
You never know. And I kept going, and those people is just like, I don't know, like, one day like you might be teacher's pet and make it to Hollywood. And then like after uni, it's like, oh, I'm doing this and I don't really like it,
Yeah.
And that just comes down to listening to your inner voice, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And often what I found, right, is, if you can truly listen to your inner voice, it's going to take you to places,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And your voice has to be louder than the voices around you.
But there's a difference. What I've noticed, right, Sonny, there's a difference between arrogance and there's a difference between being a good leader. Now, I've noticed a lot of young people are so arrogant that when their own client is telling them, and they refuse to listen to the client.
Yeah.
Now that is called arrogant, right? And this is something I noticed. There's good young entrepreneurs out there, like what you're saying. You need a good team, you support your team, but you're not going to be arrogant about it. You need to be able to take on criticism,
Yes.
and take it on and change. A lot of young people these days, they just they refuse to.
That's right.
Yes.
That's terrible for business.
That's what really kills a lot of young entrepreneurs.
Correct.
Because they think that the client comes to them because they can trust their expertise, but really
Correct.
it's what the client really
Correct.
wants.
It's the client who's paying you.
Yes.
Exactly,
So therefore, you need to listen to your client.
Yes.
Okay,
So
of
the
course.
customer's always right.
To a
right?
point. To a point.
Yeah, to a degree.
Point. Yeah,
To a degree.
yeah, to a point. Now, in terms of your ambition, right? What is it you want to achieve? Let's put it out there onto the universe. Let's put it out there onto the broadcast. What is it your dream? What is it that you dream for your business to be able to achieve? We say this year.
Oh, this year. So this year it's a lot of secrets that we did.
Look, there's only us three in this room, so that's fine.
No, you don't have to disclose anything.
No, that's right. No, not
Yeah.
confidential, but just like, what, $1 million contract.
So-
You want to go to US. What is it that you're
So
dreaming of?
our vision
Yeah.
for the company is to like help like the youth come up with like and other creatives,
Okay.
whether paid internships
Yeah.
or like just trying to come up with workshops for like and actually proper workshops where young people learn. It's
Okay.
not just like running a workshop because you
Yeah.
have to run a workshop.
Are you writing that down? Because, magnification is
Yes,
amazing.
yes,
so
yes.
you got to write it down. Okay.
So that was our vision for
Yeah.
FAITO. And we do a lot of action stuff as well
Yes.
on the side. And that I would have to disclose.
Yeah. So you focus more on martial arts, is it? You guys like to focus more on martial
just-
arts,
just
short
for-
film and all
for
that?
fun, for
For fun. Okay.
Wow, cool.
I mean, David's just pretty good at martial arts. I
Yeah,
worked with him
yeah,
over
Yeah,
years, so
we've
he's
got
quite
him
good.
sitting outside there.
Yeah, he's quite good.
Yeah, he was in the first Echo Weight movie.
Yeah, yeah. And I've done a few
Yeah.
stuff with him before. And Andrew's really good at martial arts as well, when he wants to be.
But the question is, Darren, are you good at martial arts?
Yes.
When I was younger, I did a lot of karate.
Yeah.
Karate. But
Karate.
after that, no.
No,
Not after-
no.
But I've always had a passion for
Passion for fashion.
passion for fashion, but a passion for Brazilian and Japanese jiu-jitsu.
Oh,
But I've never tried it.
Too.
That's a mix.
That'd be
That's
cool.
a mix. All right, folks, you are tuning in with the Three Quirks and Turk, 89.3 FM. You are tuning in with the Three Quirks and Turk.
89.3 FM.
Why be moody?
When you can shake,
Shake
your,
your
booty.
booty.
Sonny,
Shaking your booty.
you're not shaking your booty, Sonny. Let's hear it one more time from you, Sonny. Why be
be
moody?
When you can shake your beauty.
Hey!
I remember you saying earlier in the segment that the police that pulled you over, they're still tuning in.
They're tuning
we
in.
hope they're still tuning in, right?
Yeah. So his name is Sonny Yng, police officer, and he lives around the corner.
And he's a really good kid running. Sorry, I shouldn't
business.
say that. No, because kid is subjective, right?
he's a gentleman,
He's a
young entrepreneur.
And his business is FAITO Media. It's FAITO Media, and it means
Yes.
fight in Japanese.
So what about your social handle? Where can people find all your information?
So Instagram
Yeah.
at FAITO.media.
Okay.
LinkedIn, FAITO Media. Facebook, FAITO
Okay.
Media. TikTok, FAITO.
So we're going to have a fun segment now. Okay, Sonny.
Yeah.
Have you ever kissed a girl on a bus?
No.
No? Okay.
Have you ever kissed a girl in the bathroom?
No.
Have you ever kissed a girl on the staircase?
No.
Have you ever
I
made
know.
spaghetti?
Yeah.
Have you ever made spaghetti?
Yes.
Have you ever made fried rice?
Yes.
What's the best part of the fried rice that you like to cook?
Just putting on the wok and just cooking.
Come on, bro. You can't just have rice. You got to put, you put a beef, pork, fish. What kind of other ingredients you like to put in there?
Bacon.
Bacon. I love bacon.
Yeah, we love bacon.
Yeah, I love spam.
Yes.
You try spam?
Spam is really
Yum.
good.
Spam is
You know
good.
what? I'm not a fan of tin food,
No, try it.
but I love sardines in a can.
Oh, hang on. Excuse me. You're contradicting yourself.
Tuna, I like
Yeah, I
tuna.
know, right?
Yeah. What kind of music you're into, Sonny?
Hip hop,
Yeah.
rap,
Rap.
pop.
And you like Rosie, huh? I can see why you like Rosie. Is she your idol at the moment? She looks quite cute, actually.
No,
Is
not
she your fan? No? You go to bed at night time, you're thinking, Rosie? Yeah, baby. That's my dream girlfriend right there.
I like her songs. Her songs are really good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the best album out of all the Blackpink.
Really?
songs. Yeah.
Wow.
Are your curls real?
No.
No.
Perm.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Right? So I've seen this trend lately, right?
What is it?
A lot of younger guys are now getting a perm,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So is your natural hair straight?
K-pop. They're doing the K-pop
My
look.
natural hair is very straight. I
Yeah?
was very ugly before.
Really? So an ugly duckling turned into a K-pop now, is it?
You know what? I have never seen so many perms on
I
young
know.
people in my life.
I know.
Yes.
Why is that, eh? It's a trend now, is it?
I think I started the trend.
Yeah.
My friends.
How often do you have to go to the hairdresser to maintain that?
Like once every 3 months.
Once every 3
Really?
months, that's good.
Can't you do it at home? Can't you go buy those curly whirly thing and you
It's
do it
so much
yourself at
effort,
home?
so
You know
much
what?
effort.
Once upon a time, perms were only seen on people over like 60. Like my grandmother used to have
Yeah,
a
they
perm,
love that, right?
But just recently, in the last 5 years, every young guy has a perm.
Perms are
And you know
coming
what? They rock
Yeah.
it. Like,
I reckon. So you do say,
kinda cool.
okay, another question is, do you think that chicks actually love guys with curly whirly hair like you?
did you not hear what I just said?
I've got selective hearing.
Right, you know
What
what?
is it?
In a year from now, you're going to see Davey with a perm. But then it's going to be out by then, right? So,
I like your haircut. It's really nice.
Thank you. See
I used
that?
to have that haircut.
Same. Yeah, no. My hair,
keyword used to.
but I can't do my curls like yours though. That's the problem. My hair's too short to
No.
curls.
I left mine long.
Did you?
A lot of barbers told me I can't curl it until I find the right barber that curled it for me.
Wow.
So how long did you have to grow your hair?
Wow.
Or like months
Months.
until I curled it, and afterwards I
right.
could just curl it because it's
Yeah.
already there.
All right. And you still go to the same barber?
He's like my guy in Sing Song Hair.
Okay.
In Cabramatta.
Okay.
He's like
There you go. Bit of a plug for Sing Song
What's
here.
the place called?
Sing Song Hair.
I haven't heard of it.
It's like in front of Woolies in Cabramatta.
All right, so look at the camera and show them your curls for a second.
Okay.
Right?
Can you see?
So is it sing song? Did you
Yeah.
hear?
Yeah, Sing
Yeah,
Song
that's
Hair.
it.
My guy,
Yeah.
he's like closed open,
Loving it.
closed open. So he wants more customers.
There you go.
So how long are you going to keep that perm for?
I'll profile it because I used to have alopecia.
Yeah.
Ah, okay,
And then
yep.
a lot of doctors told me that I can't cure it. I took a lot of vitamins and all of that, and I tried to cure
So
it
you want
myself.
to prove the doctors wrong?
Yes, and I did prove my doctor.
Okay. So what about the girls? Do you think the girls kind of dig it? Like they kind of like, wow, man, Asian guy in a curly hair, that looks.
I see
hot.
that a lot, yeah.
Yeah, that looks hot, man. What do you think?
I think so. I don't
Yeah. All right.
You're making
All
him
right.
blush. Stop it. Right, let me ask you a question, right? So, you know, a lot of people that, you know, suffer from stress, they lose hair, right? I mean,
Yeah.
I lose hair occasionally too. How do you manage stress as a young entrepreneur?
I don't.
Don't stress, huh?
Don't stress.
I take a lot of vitamins.
Right.
A lot, and that
Okay.
that helps me a lot.
Really? Yeah.
And, like before, I would get sick and then
Yeah.
sick again.
Yeah.
After I was sick, and ever since I took those vitamins, I would even COVID would not.
Yeah.
Would not
I think your body needs to be strong.
Yes.
At the end of the day, it's not just about like being sick, but about looking after, maintaining
Maintenance.
Maintaining your health,
maintenance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You constantly got to do that. So you got to eat heaps of fruit and veggies and
Yes,
pop
yes.
those vitamins every day. Of course, your body's gonna be like
Sleep, eat well, exercise.
When did you start your business? At what age?
22.
22.
Wow.
Right.
So your parents must be very proud of you. Like, are
I
they?
don't know how. Like, I think so.
I assume parents are like that. Even though you come home with a PhD,
They're a bit confused.
Yeah, they go, yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
it's
right.
like the excitement isn't shown,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. They're showing inside internally, you know.
Yeah.
But,
Inside they're probably cheering,
Yeah,
but outside
cheering.
they're like, no.
yeah, it's
like,
all right.
like before I got pulled over the cops, I was like, "Hey, mom, dad, I'm gonna be on radio."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, where's the website? I can't click on the website. I can't click on the link."
Oh, you know what? I bet you if you told them, but mum, I got pulled up by the police officer on the way,
Yeah.
they're going to be more concerned about that story
Yes.
than your
right.
radio story.
That's true. That's
Love
true.
it, love it. But Sonny, I want to ask you a question.
Yeah.
What's something that you've learnt now after so many years that you wish you would have learned way back? Someone would have told you, it was like a mentor, and you wouldn't have wasted all that time learning it.
Don't start the business very young.
Sorry,
Oh,
don't
really?
start the...
Don't start the business very young.
Very
But you've
young.
done.
Really?
It's been a great journey for you.
It has, because I'm very fortunate to have the team members like that. But yeah, like a lot of people don't take me seriously.
Right.
So-
But you've proved everybody wrong, just to show
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
that it can
I
be
think-
done if you have the right
I
attitude.
think I'm the special case. I think.
Wow.
Where it just kept going.
Wow.
Good.
And, you know, you've just got to push through that, right?
Yeah,
Like you were
exactly.
saying before, right?
Yeah.
So what can we do to help you? Like, what is that you need help with your business right now? Let's say that we're going to grant you one wish today. What wish would it be and why? Well, what do you want from us? How can we help you?
Okay. One wish.
Yeah.
I don't care about the clients. The clients are gonna come and go.
Yeah.
One wish is we'll make one really good feature film,
Yeah.
and that spreads to the Oscars, international.
Oh, nice.
Okay, I like that.
Nice.
So are you working on a story at the moment? Is there like a book that you like, or is there a story that you're working on at the moment?
Do you need any actors?
I'm
If you're
pretty
here in the
shy.
studio.
I'm
Do you need
pretty
a
shy.
gangster?
I'm pretty shy.
We are working on something, but
Yeah.
it's a secret.
Okay, it's a secret. So you feel that this little secret you're working on with your crew is
Yes.
going to take you to Hollywood. Why Hollywood, mate? Hollywood's all right.
Not Hollywood.
Hollywood's hasn't passed, mate. You know, you look at Australia, you got Europe. You know what I mean? So don't worry about Hollywood. You got Bollywood. You know how big the budget in Bollywood is?
That's right.
You know how big the
Yeah,
budgets in China is than
Yeah.
Hollywood?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like make the Australian industry really good. So, like that's
Love that.
Nice.
Love that.
Cool.
Yeah.
What a great mission to have. You know, it's been a
Yeah.
pleasure having you in the studio
Yeah,
as
no.
well. I mean, you know, we often get a lot of entrepreneurs to come in, but we don't really get people, you know, in their early 20s coming, right?
correct.
And it's actually really great because, you know, you're an inspiration to a lot of younger people as well, you know, because, you know, there might be like a young high school kid sitting at home
That's
thinking, oh,
right.
you know, I think I could also do this one day.
Correct.
Yeah,
Right.
ever since I started FAITO, a lot of young people just
Yeah.
kind of make their own businesses.
I love that. Yeah, I love that. So let's all count of three. Wish everyone a happy Easter, and we have a break, and then we'll come back. But you know what? Thank you so much for being here. We wish you all the best on your journey, and if there's anything we can do to help you, reach out, let us know. We're here for you, brother.
Thank
Okay.
you, David. Thank you, Anne. Thank you.
Thank you, Sonny.
Oh, thank you, Sonny, huh?
1, 2, 3, everybody.
All right,
Happy
happy
Easter.
Easter.
89.3 FM.